Good morning. I'm Caitlin Long, and I'm here with Miss Harolyn Benjamin, and she has a very fun event coming up.
I do.
It's called "When Life Gives You Lemons, Make Lemonade."
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that phrase can be tied to so many different things in
Right.
life. It really
It,
can.
a couple of years ago was having this excruciating pain and kept going to gynecologist and urologist and nobody could figure it out. And finally, one of my doctors said, "Hey, why don't you go see a urogyno?" And I thought, well, goodness, I didn't even know that was a real thing. And
Right.
she walked in the door and she asked me, she said, "Where's your phone?" And I said, "Well, it's out there." She entered her residence. They go and get the phone, they bring it back, and she said, "I want you to look as I'm doing what I'm doing." And I could identify where the pain was. And she said, "Oh, yeah, this is a steroid. I mean, this is estrogen issue."
Right.
And it was life changing.
Right.
But it took me over a year to get to that place. And so as I began to talk to my girlfriends and find out that they were dealing with thinning hair and weight gain and brain fog and attitudes and mental health issues, I thought this is bigger than just I'm not sleeping at night, insomnia, I'm waking up with night sweats or I'm having hot flashes.
Yeah.
This
So it
is
was
so
tied
much
to
bigger. Yeah.
it turns out it was tied to menopause.
Yeah, yeah, and so there's just so many things that are tied to that, and again, as we were talking earlier, we didn't really hear this from our moms. This
Right.
wasn't a
It
conversation,
was
you
an
know?
avoidant
No,
conversation.
it wasn't, and so I thought, "Well, why not do a workshop, that presents all of this information?" And even some of the women who are gonna present, when I begin to tell them, they were like, "I'm experiencing that. That's going on with me right now." And I thought, "Okay, this is something that we need to really scream, and we don't need to wait until women are in their 60s and 70s. We need to be talking to young women as early as their 20s,
To
about
let them
this."
know
Yeah,
what's
to
gonna
let them know
happen.
what's gonna happen. I think we talk about the menstrual cycle, but beyond that, we really don't prepare. I've heard women say, which my little heart hurts for them when they say, "Well, once I go through menopause, I'm gonna be fine." I'm going, "No, darling, there's postmenopause that's gonna last the rest of your life." But I don't want to bust their little bubble, you
Yeah,
know.
right,
So
exactly.
everybody goes through it differently. For me, it was the pain that presented itself, but now I'm having a foggy brain. Like I'll be in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, So my saying is, Elvis has left the building. I'm not sure if he's coming back. Um,
I'll tell you, Miss Harolyn, that worries me because I already have the brain fog, but I'm pretty sure I ADHD.
okay, okay, and that
Uh,
could be a part of it
okay,
too.
well
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but if that's what I have down the road to look forward to, then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
And I think it's just all in how you look at it. And so I thought, why not have this event that's going to inspire and going to motivate us? So I have a young lady by the name of Lauren Louie. She's going to come in and she's going to teach us some chair exercises that we can
Great.
do while we're sitting. And some of that may include the pelvic floor, because my understanding is the pelvic floor holds everything, right?
Right.
And then once there is a shift, it changes everything. So now I'm talking to women who are like, at first we just thought it was funny, oh, if I laugh too hard, I might wee wee a little bit, right? But now we know that can lead to that might be incontinence. And
Right.
so she's going to teach us that. I have somebody else who's going to come in and she's going to talk about, she's from Stacy. She's going to South Central Mental Health. She's going to talk about the mental health part of it. When you feel, 1 minute you're like, "Oh my gosh, this video is so cute." And the next minute you're just crying all over the place because you see somebody walking across the street and maybe they fell in the hole. You're just all over the place. And so she's going to come and talk to us so that you feel it's not just me.
Right.
I'm in a room with other women who are going through this
There's a sense
same
of
exact thing.
community.
It's a community.
It's not just me, it's this
Exactly.
whole group of women and women outside of this room and all over the
Exactly.
world.
Exactly. Who are going through this season.
Right.
And so we also have my cousin. I love her dearly. She's coming in from Texas and she's going to teach us how to take care of ourselves, self care. To be honest, we are good and nurturing and taking care of everybody else, right? If we go get our hair and our nails done, we think we have done some
The
things, or
guilt.
we, yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
It's
The mom
yeah,
guilt,
yeah,
especially.
yeah. Even if somebody gives me money to go, Harolyn, this is for you, not for your business, not for your grandchildren, especially your granddaughter. It's still hard.
Yeah.
It's still hard. And so just the other day I was like, oh, but her birthday's coming up. And then back in my head, no, they said this is for you. And so going through that, but having someone to tell us, these are some things that we can do. I have another friend, Erica, Lester, and Erica is an accountant. She's coming in from Florida, and she's going to teach us how to save up for that girls' trip. Not where you're just like, oh, okay, we're going to go do a weekend, but something we want to go to Greece. We want to go to wherever.
That's
And
fantastic.
yeah, something we can plan for. My daughter, my mini me, Deanna, we have a boutique inside of my nonprofit where we have free clothing for women, whether it's domestic violence, job interview, or just because I need something pretty. And so they can shop for free. And so she's going to be doing a modest fashion show because, I understand that everybody thinks everything is for everybody, but
Hey, when life gives you lemons, have a fashion show.
that part,
Yeah,
all of that. And
exactly.
so I just am at a place where I feel like sometimes we have to do something for ourselves, and we look at podcasters, we were talking about that, and they're making all of this money, but we don't know what's really going on behind the curtain, what's really happening in that
Right.
person's life, because we don't talk about that. One of the things I tell people, especially if they're talking about getting married, like, listen, I am 40 years in and he still gets on my last nerve. I couldn't do anything without him. But there are moments when you look at him and you go, or for me, I look at him and I go, oh, I just love you. And there are moments when I go, Lord, what was I thinking about? Been with my husband since I was 17 years old. I'm now 59. And so I want women to know all of these things are okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to look at your children and say, I really, really like that one, but that one I'm thinking about giving back.
Love you. I
We
love
love
you
you. I do
so
anything in the
much.
world, but yeah, you're my you're my lesson. You're my lesson and my blessing all in one.
Well, they say, the first one is so good and wonderful, and it makes way for the second one, and then the second one makes you think, why?
Yes, yes. And
I'm just kidding.
my second one looks exactly like me and has some of
And
the
acts
same.
like
Oh
you?
my gosh. Well, in some ways he's the same side as his dad. So there's that part, the Virgo thing. But that oldest one is mildly autistic and he did the cover of my book, but he's not gonna call me every day. I might get a call once a month, but he is going to, if I'm there and I need him, he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
That daughter, she's got my back in everything. She is my fashionista. She will tell me, that's not gonna work today, mom. But she's also my prayer warrior.
Yeah.
And so I think you have to have that. And I think it's the same with your friends. We have I forgot Estra is Barkley. She is a therapist, and
She's
she's
going to be
going to
one of
come
the
in. Yeah,
speakers.
she's going to come in and talk about the season of change, even in our relationships. Because as well as I do, sometimes we hold on to a relationship out of obligation.
Yeah.
But that relationship, as Maya Angelou has said, when people show you who they are, sometimes it's time to move on. You've
Yeah.
got to leave. And we don't always know how to do that. Why? Because we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We want everybody to get along. So these women are power pack team. They're going to come in. They're going to show us some things. And then we have Magnolia Farm. Good Lord. See, there it is. There's that moment.
There's the brain fog.
There's a brain fog. And Monica Howard, she's going to do a full taco bar.
Nice.
And then we're going to have rum-aritas. For those who like rum-aritas, for those who don't, they can have a mock-arita.
Yes.
And it's
Rum-arita
just,
or a mocktail, whichever is your flavor.
My girlfriend Stephanie was in charge of door prizes, and she went lemon crazy. I
there's gonna
wanted
be door
to,
prizes
I wanted
there.
to, and I guess I can show you afterwards, and you can insert it. But
Yeah,
my
just
cousin
email it
is
to
so
me.
sweet. But I have it in my purse.
Oh,
My
goodness,
cousin is
okay.
so sweet. She, my daughter made the tickets, and I just didn't want to give the tickets. And then my cousin surprised me and sent me boxes of Lemonheads.
Oh,
And so for every ticket, you'll get your ticket with a box of Lemonheads because we know life is like a lemon head. Sometimes it's really tart, but there's a sweet moment.
yeah.
So
Hang in there for long
yeah,
enough and
just
it'll
hang
get
on
sweet
in
enough.
there.
Yeah.
And my background as a motivational speaker, my tag is the unofficial ambassador of joy. And I tell people all the time, joy doesn't mean that you're not going to have moments. Joy just means you're going to stand firm in I'm going to find something to be joyful about.
That's really
You
great.
know, yeah.
Are you going to be speaking at your event
I
too?
might do a little bit of something, but
I mean, as the ambassador of joy,
yeah, gotta say
we've got to
something.
have you say something.
You know, I think for me going through what I've gone through, and I don't ask God anymore, why me?
Yeah.
Because what that sounds like is why not you? Why would you think you're so special that you wouldn't go anything through anything? But I think that we go through things so that we can be a blessing to someone else who is gonna come through that same thing because nothing is new.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, nothing is new. And so even now as we're talking and I'm telling you things concerning menopause, you're like, "Oh my gosh, really? Is
You
that?"
know, I'm not there. Okay. I'm not
Because there's
I'm
Perry.
not there yet. I'm
There's
not I'm not at Perry yet.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not there yet. But that has been a buzzword around every single person that I've talked to lately. It's like
Wow.
we are learning about perimenopause.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
one of my girlfriends is like, "Oh yeah, this is what you have to look forward to
mhm.
because I think it's happening for me now." And I'm like, "No, it's not happening."
I'm too young, I don't wanna go through this. But then you know, that season of change, there's so many other things that usher in. There's a lady, I think her first name is Melanie. Anyway, she has just taken off on the social medias
Yeah.
because she created the We Do Not Care Club. And the We Do Not Care Club is
I know
different
who you're
than
talking
for
about.
us who are in the post because we're not bringing all of us together. It's I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, right now I'm going through this and I just don't care. My girlfriend said to me, because I had made a post and I said, you know, a quote I come up with. I said, being in my life is not an obligation, it's a blessing.
Absolutely.
And so that's how we have to walk through this season that we're going to, because we're all gonna, if you're still on this planet, you're gonna go through it. And I always say, I think it's funny. I wonder if it was created by a man. Maybe that's why it was called men. Opa. But it is, and I don't think even with men, they get it. You
Yeah.
know, "Oh, she's in that place. Are you on your lady time?" You know what I
It's
mean?
it's
It's
hard for someone to understand something that they don't
yeah, they
have
don't
to go
understand, yeah,
through.
and so I want women to know you're not alone, and you're not, as some people would say, crazy. Your body is going through changes, and it's recognizing that these changes are for the good, they just don't feel good
Yeah.
in the process.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing wrong with growing old gracefully. I used to, my gray hair was right down the middle like a skunk. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, as I continued to get it colored, it then went to every 2 weeks I would have to get it colored. And
Yeah.
finally I was like, listen, you need to embrace this. You have been through some things.
This is your
You have
warrior
earned it.
stripe.
Yes, that's good. You have earned that. And then I look at my sons and they both have that same gray streak going down their head. And they're like, thanks, mom. But I
You can
think
tell
it
them I
is.
just passed the
And
warrior
that's
stripe
it.
down to you.
That's it. That's my new word. And I think sometimes we just have to just wherever we are, accept it. Like you were talking about ADD, ADHD.
Oh yeah.
I think
I've completely
probably
accepted it.
you know, I think probably many of us are walking around who were not and have not been diagnosed. And a diagnosis doesn't mean a life sentence, you know,
No, absolutely
hearing
not. I look at it as and my son, he was diagnosed with mild autism as well.
okay.
So at first that was a shock. It
Mhm,
was
mhm.
we had to take it in because we do go to therapies for it. There are extra things that come along with it. It's not a walk in the park.
No,
There's a lot of work
no.
that goes into it.
Mhm.
But thinking about my ADHD myself, it's like I like to think of it as a superpower because sometimes um, I can pay attention to something and
Mhm.
not pay attention to something at the same time,
Wow.
completely
See,
the
that's
same
how my
time.
daughter is.
Yeah, Yeah, you
because
think I'm not listening? I could be over here doing something else, but I'm hearing everything that's going on over there.
she is, the kids
Superpower.
are screaming and talking at 25,000 decibels. And she's just do, and I'm like, "Do you not hear this?" And she goes,
Nope.
"Oh, no, I don't." I'm
No.
going, "How do you not?" See,
My husband
I
gets on to
didn't
me about
yeah.
that with the seatbelt because I can do like it's going off. It's driving
Mhm.
everyone insane. But I've tuned it out. I don't hear it. I'm not paying
Wow.
attention to it. I'm paying attention to something
And
else.
see, I'm not
But I mean, I still hear it, but I
mhm,
don't really care about it.
that you don't react to it.
No,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
and that's how,
But I can turn that on and off, you know?
see, that is a
It's a
superpower.
brain power.
Yeah, because I had to deal with a situation yesterday where someone called me from Atlanta,
Mhm.
through my nonprofit and said that she and her children were hungry. And the fact that she had to call me from another state, first of all, bothered my whole soul.
Yeah.
But as I began to call these agencies and ran into what she had run into, it really made me sad.
Yeah.
Then I started crying, and I'm one of those, if I cry, please watch out. It is totally gonna be, going down.
Mm.
But I have to. And my girlfriend asked me yesterday, she said, "How do you sleep?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, you deal
Do you
with a
turn it
lot of,"
off?
I think in that way, yeah, I'm able to
Yeah.
turn it off. I have to.
Right. So at the event at When Life Gives You Lemons,
Mhm.
Make Lemonade, there's going to be different speakers
Yes.
there covering all the bases
Mhm.
from mental health when dealing with or going through these seasons of life.
Yes.
Talking about some other maybe physical. Is there going to be a speaker there for physical changes or, what to expect whenever you get
Well,
to
I
this
really
era?
tried to get someone, but it's a Saturday and it's hard to get doctors to come in on a Saturday. So,
Well, maybe someone listening to this
yeah, if you're
podcast,
listening,
if you're a
you're a doctor
doctor,
and you want to be a part of this, please call me. Yeah, that would be great. But after about 3 months of trying, I was just like, and I did talk to one of the bigger hospitals, and the lady was very kind, but she was like, "I'm just gonna tell you, none of our doctors are gonna come in on a
so
Saturday."
everything, I just wanted to say everything we've talked about so far, we think that would be maybe like a preview of what to expect,
Absolutely, absolutely,
at the
with
event.
some surprises thrown in.
Okay.
Absolutely. We have a saying whenever I put on an event for my nonprofit, Women Who Care. It is a Women Who Care is a production,
Mm-hmm.
and so the facility we're having it at is absolutely beautiful in Daleville. And she was like, "Your theme is lemons, right?" And I said, "Yes."
So expect to see a lot
A
of
lot of
lemons.
lemons, a lot of lemon decor. We had an Alice in Wonderland event there, and you literally would have thought you fell down the rabbit hole. She did
That's
such an
awesome.
amazing job. So, yeah, expect to have some good times and meet some wonderful women who are like minded.
Yeah.
And again, oh, okay, this is just not me,
Yeah.
or like you said, preparing yourself. I know it sounds scary.
It sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
Let's be real. It sounds extremely terrifying.
And it's not something any of us, I don't think any of us would have chosen to go through it,
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
There are many things that I go through right now that who in their right mind would ever choose this. But like you said, this is the changes that we go
Yeah.
through. They're for the good. So
Absolutely, absolutely, and I love how you pick out some things and say they're your superpower, and I think for some of us, menopause and postmenopause is our superpower. People are still alive around us, and so
exactly.
that in itself is a great, thing, but, I just want people to come. It's $25 per person. If I
Where
could
can
make it
people
for
buy
free,
their
they
tickets?
can call me, and purchase a ticket. Do you want me to give the
Sure.
number?
Yeah.
Area code 334-390-0649. We'd
Perfect.
like to have people to let us know at least by the week of, the 15th, so that we can just get a really good
It's
count.
October 27th.
September 20th.
September 27th.
Yeah, 20th.
20th.
Yes.
I'm gonna get it right in
It's
just a second.
okay. It's listen, it is all kinds of things. It's early in the morning. It's just stuff. Life is happening, so it's okay. It's okay.
September 20th.
Yes.
You would like for everyone to RSVP by
The 20th of September.
okay.
I'm sorry, the
The
15th of
15th of
September.
September. I was
Yes,
about to say, I
yes.
think that's when the event
Yeah, I
is,
was
Miss
like, "Yeah, we
Harolyn.
can't do that." The 15th, yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put that number in the article attached to this
Okay,
video down below so people can reach out to you that way,
okay.
buy your ticket. It's going to be where's the facility at?
It is in Daleville. It's a Mexican restaurant. I just know it's an orange building. It's across the street from Wendy's. I'm one of those. I'm like not north, south, and west. I'm like, if you pass the Krispy Kreme, you've gone too
You've
far.
gone too far.
You've gone too far.
If you make it to Fort Rucker's gates, you've gone way
Exactly.
too far.
Yes, exactly.
They're not going to let you in.
It's not too far from Bojangles on that same side of the street, right across from diagonal from Wendy's. So, and it's a
Okay.
really popular Mexican restaurant. And I don't want to give it a name because I
You know
don't
what?
remember.
I'm going to look up the name for you. And I'm
Okay.
going to put that in the article
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I
Hey,
appreciate
the
that.
brain fog gets us all.
Girl. And I've just decided to just let it be. You know, I don't know who's saying that song, Let It Be,
John
Let It Be.
Lennon.
Thank you.
Yes.
See, there I go. Just let it go.
Wait, did John Lennon see that?
I don't know. We need to probably Google
Or was that
that
Paul
one.
McCartney?
It sounds more like Paul McCartney would have. I don't know, but it might have been John Lennon. Anyway, we'll
It's
let
one of
y'all
those
know.
Beatles.
We'll let them know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We'll let them know.
Okay. All right, Miss Harolyn, thank you so much for coming in
Thank
today.
you for having me. This was absolutely delightful.
I'm so glad. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.